morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm back with another good one. This is part one, gang culture in the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist, okay? I need for you guys to understand that this is the year of the fist that brings justice and balance to all things. And if all things wanted that have free will, you would get justice and balance. To actually do fact. Yes. Yes. So we're gonna get into this topic. The reason why I've talked about gang culture. Why I'm talking about gang culture? Because someone asked me to talk about it. Right? They asked me to talk about gang culture, right? This was like a month ago. And they kept telling me, can you talk about gang culture? Can you talk about gang culture? What does the Bible says about gang culture? Or what does scripture says about the gang culture? But before we get into this, right, I have a poll there, right? Now, the poll is, can gang culture help and save us or help and save you? Gang culture. If it can help, you press yes. If you press no, press no. I would gladly be thankful if you participate in the poll. Right? This content is gonna be really, really good, and this is part one. I'm not gonna get into the actual forming of these establishments and these tribes, because they are tribes. I'm not gonna get into it, and then I'm not gonna get into the sets. And this is no particular game that I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of this is a culture. And inside this culture, there's different tribes. There's different tribes, there's different leaders. Foot soldiers, generals, sergeants, so forth and so on, right? But why is I'm talking about this? This is much needed in our community. This to bring awareness. Now, this is from a spiritual realm. This is only from a spiritual realm. And the reason why I'm saying from a spiritual realm, this is not from books. This is not from me watching documentation or me watching documentaries and me learning from that person, this person, that person. This is from the spiritual realm. All right? Which is really, really important. All right? And let's give it up. Let's give it up. How you doing? Hello, how you doing? So, this is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist, right? And you know what the fist represents. You know what the fist represents. This is 2026. This is an even year, meaning that it even brings justice and balance. It brings peace. It brings blessings for you and I. So take advantage of it. You got to have your eyes open and your mind open and your heart open in order to see these blessings right in front of your face. This year is going to bring many blessings. Many blessings that this year is going to bring. It already brought it. It's already here. You have to tap into it. And the only way you could tap into it is through spirituality. And spirituality that I'm talking about is the spiritual realm. It's the spiritual realm. Right? That we cannot see with our eyes. And the Alpha Omega Supreme Being is part of the spiritual realm. He the one created it. He created it. So, once you tap into your spirituality and you know who you are, right? And who you are is the Alpha Omega, the Supreme Being, right? Now, let's jump into this. If you look at my thumbnail, you see in my thumbnail, right? You see scientists, you see people that's scientists, right? And then at the bottom, you see people getting locked up, shootings with dark hoodies on, doing all this sick, barbaric devil demon, right? And look at my title. Look at the title, right? Look at the title. Gang culture in 2026. What to look for. This is the year of the fist. And you know how powerful this fist is. And I'm talking right now to able descendants that needs this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We in desperately need of this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Gang culture has its ups and downs. Has ups and downs. And what do I mean by that has ups and downs? Instead of gang culture using, right, they members for growth and development, right, for individuals to become scientists, from individuals to becoming bricklayers, train operators, bus operators, pilots, astronauts, chemists, doctors, lawyers, and everything else. There is a stigma of gang culture being negative, with the shootings and the killings and the murders. We know and understand that. But this year, right here, this year, we can change this thing around if you just listen to my words and listen to this video that can help us, save us from indictments, right? Save us from murders and kills. Save us from drugs. Save us from alcohol. Save us from all of these things which has pressed and oppressed and depressed the gang culture. This is actually true fact. Gang culture just don't have a negative, it has a negative stigma on it. But if you look at it, there was all different types of sets and tribes since man been in creation. There always been sets and tribes. There always been sets and tribes. Always. Since the beginning of creation of mankind. This is an actually true fact. The two biggest ones is belief and non-belief. Belief and non-belief. Before disbelief came in, there was one belief. To believe in a supreme being. That is the biggest game. That is the biggest set of the whole entire world. Is believe in one creator. Right? And I want to break it down for those that are gang members and don't have an outlet to look at. Don't look at their studies and their teaching, and there's no figure there, supreme being, mathematic, meaning to worship him. And see, when the worship is get out of it, that's why it becomes a problem. That's where this evil can seep in and to destroy your set, and to destroy the members, and to destroy from the top to bottom. Because where there's foundation, where it's supposed to start at, it's supposed to start to believe in one creator. To believe in one creator. And when you believe in him, all things should be added on. All things should be added on when you believe in the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. And I need for you to understand that. All right? And I got scriptures here to back up what I'm saying is that it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. To set up tribes and to set up sets. It's a bad thing. Right? It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. And why I'm saying that? Well, the scriptures is here is going to explain why it's a good thing and why it's a bad thing. Because when you have sets and you have tribes, as they grow, the hunger for power, the hunger for violence or non-violence grow with them. Now, it could go both ways. It could go negatively or it could go positively. and inside of our culture, inside able descendants, it has grown negatively. It has grown negatively. It has took countless of many of others down a dark, dark path of destruction and been placed in these jails and plantations for the rest of their life because it went towards negatively. Now, those that's in authority, I don't know those that's in authority, but those that's in authority that have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that's considered elders, supposed to lead the future to the next thing in life. And what is the next thing in life? The next thing in life is the digital world, technology world, and all of these other things. As everything else are progressing, game culture supposed to progress also. It don't supposed to stay where it's supposed to stay at. It's supposed to evolve to something else. And that's something else meaning jobs, education, affordable homes, leading a force to tell other members that this is where we going. We're not going that way because we already did that way, and that way taught us that we lost a lot of members and to jails and death and to drugs and alcohol and everything else. This is, see, when you get off the teachings of the oneness, of you stop worshiping the oneness and you start doing your own thing and you start doing your own things, what happens is that what sits in is confusion. It's confusion, and then there's darkness and understanding and wisdoms. And then we start to adapt upon the life of crime and everything else because everything is visual. You can see everything physical. See, this is the trap that they set for us, that they set for you and they set for me. So this is why in 2026, this is why I'm uplifting, right? And bringing knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with experience to the game culture and what they need to look at. They need to uplift themselves. They need to uplift themselves technology-wise, right? And digital-wise with digital currency. I know and understand that. I'm not saying that you don't know and understand, but we need to do this as able descendants because we are becoming obsolete. We are obsoleting each other. We are ghosting each other. And when we are ghosting each other, there's no one that's going to be here to uplift and push the information that needs to be spreaded for the future. Because everybody's a ghost and the elders don't have the motion of movement. So who is there to push this culture? Who is there to push the culture forward? It's not going to be nobody. And when there's nobody, we rely on each other. If you don't have the experience and knowledge and understanding, then you're going to do whatever you're going to do to survive. And when you do whatever you want to do to survive, that may mean killing somebody, backstabbing somebody, murdering somebody, cutting somebody, and all of these other things, which put a stigma upon gang culture. It's an actually true fact. So I'm here to unravel some things that may help the gang culture. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying, you look at my title, you see I got the red heart, the blue heart, the yellow, the green, the black, the white, the brown, whatever color that you represent. This is towards you. This is no disrespect, but this is to bring knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to you so that you could be able to transcend and get your culture to the next thing in life, right? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, right? So to stop you from what? From being victimized by what? By those that put people in certain position to destroy you. So you can fight up against the RICO and everything else which is set upon me and you for destruction. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm bringing scriptures and I'm bringing righteousness to you so you can add in and go amongst each other and build and talk amongst each other. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have motion and movement. As things are progressing, the culture is staying stuck. Staying stuck. And why is it staying stuck? Because there's nobody there, right? And I'm not saying that. Well, I can't say that there's nobody there. I don't know. There's nobody there that have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that can foresee the future and say, listen, we got to do a better job. We got to do it this way. We got to do it that way. We got to do it this way. Listen, yo, Kurt, I want you to study for your CDL. Yo, Rick, I want you to go into finance, right? Learn about finance. Yo, Mike, I want you to go into construction. And I want you, once you go into all of these fields and careers, I want you to bring knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And I also want you to bring digital information to this company or to yourself. But you are still who you are, a gang member. You are still who you are. You are still who you are. You understand what I'm saying? So I need for you to understand that. And this might be long. So let's get into some scriptures. Okay? We're going to get into some scriptures. This is chapter 4:2, verse 4:2. Right? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. And he said, Inna masa bi lu ala ladina ya limun na nasa wa yab guna fil ardi bil ghairi haq. Right? And he said, the blame is only against those who oppress men with wrongdoing and transgress beyond bounds through the land, defying right and justice. For them will be a penalty grievous. Now I'm gonna go to the footnotes. It says the fact that men seek the lower rather than the higher. Law itself is result of ignorance, wrongdoing. For such the type was the Pharaoh who claimed to be the most high, but he oppressed people and kept other people in slavery. When you have culture, right? When you have culture, and this gang culture, right? And I'm speaking from a spiritual point of view. Spiritual point of view. When you have gang culture. Now, I'm not saying that all gangs has oppressed people throughout the land. I'm not saying that. But there's certain members that oppress and depress people. Causing misery throughout the land. Oppressing people. And what he's saying right here, the oppression deals with murder, killing, and everything else, right? Selling drugs and everything else, right? When you have a large group or a large membership inside your gang culture, what happens is that it tends to oppress other people. It tends to oppress those that is weak, those that don't have any help, right? What he's saying, what the Creator is saying, is that this is wrong for anyone to do, to oppress and depress anyone with traumas and depression, robbing and stealing from anyone. This is wrong. This is wrong. So right here, he's saying that oppression is wrong and should be fought back. If you oppress somebody, if a group, it could be a person, or it could be a group of people. If you are oppressing someone, they have the right to fight back. They have the right to fight back, right? So now we're going to go to 16. We're going to go to 6, 159. See what it says right here. Now, this is what he says. This is chapter 6, verse 159. He said, I'm reading Arabic. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. He said, إن الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا, right? لست منهم في شيء إنما أمرهم إلى الله ثم ينبئهم بما كانوا يفعلون. He said, as for those who divided their way of life and broke up into sects, thou has no part in them in the least. Their affairs is with the Almighty. He will in the end tell them the truth of all they did. Now, this is talking about religion, splitting your religion up, right? And I'm not feeling what he's feeling, so I'm gonna go make my own thing. I'm not feeling what he's feeling. I'm gonna make my own thing. I'm gonna make my own set. I'm gonna do my own thing because I'm not feeling what he's feeling. Right? I'm not on that time. I want to do my own thing. What is he saying? And I'm talking about this way of life, righteousness. I'm not talking about gang culture, but I'm adding in gang culture. And I'm trying to get you to understand what is he talking about. Right? This is necessary. We have to deal with the scriptures. It doesn't have to necessarily deal with gang culture, but it deals with when you are procreating different sets and having different vibes and everything else initially on where it come from. He said that he don't like that. Now, this is towards religion. This is talking about Christian, Muslims, and Jews, or any other religion that broke off and started their own thing. So he's talking that this is not right because what he did, he created mankind as one. Right? He created mankind as one. One big, I'm going to keep it real with you. We say one big set of people to follow him, to worship him, to spread justice and balance. Do not spread hatred and evil and everything else, because this is the results of it. By breaking off, what happened is that by breaking off, you do other things. Now, inside the gang culture, there are different sets inside the gang culture. I'm not necessarily going to get into the sets, but I'm quite sure there's sets that met their demise at the end. Murder, killing, in jail for the rest of your life because they had set off and started doing their own thing. Right? And the same thing with righteousness or with religion. It's the same thing. He don't like you breaking off and creating and procreating different sets because you're breaking off the teaching on the oneness that he has set down among us. Remember, we come from Abel. We are Abel descendants. That's who we are. Right? So, when non-belief came in, Abel wasn't feeling that because his thing was belief. So when non-belief started to set in, he fought back because he felt like he was being oppressed. You understand what I'm saying? So you fight back. So, it's not cool. It's not cool for that. But I understand under the culture, there's different sets and different tribes. Right? So this is what he said. The thing is that he don't like sets. He don't like that. Right? So now, I'm going to tell you what he do like. Okay? This is for us, all right? And then I'm going to bring it up to modernize because this is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. Now, I'm not going to read the I'm not going to read the Arabic. I'm going to read the English, all right? This is chapter 4, 9, verse 1, 3. 49, verse 13. He says, O mankind, we created you from a single pair of a male and female and made you into nations and tribes that ye may know each other, nor that ye may despise each other. Really, the most honor of you in the sight of the Almighty Supreme Being is he who is the most righteous of you. And the Almighty has full knowledge and is well acquainted with all things. Amongst the members that's in gang culture, they have some that is very, very talented. Very talented. Very talented. This is part one. I don't want to give it all up. I don't want to give you everything. Very talented. In order to harvest their talent and their gifts, right? We have to change the narrative of what? Of what's going on. Of what's going on. And the narrative is that the police, FBI, RICO, everything is taking down gang culture is because this sick, barbaric, devil demon mindset got into the culture on what it was built for, from getting out of oppression and depression and fighting back and getting out of this darkness. He has swiveled his way in to destroy the culture within and out by causing members to shoot and kill other people, themselves, and everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? So, this year right here, this is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. And you know what I'm talking about, the fist. And this is what I'm talking about, able descendants. This is the time where that justice is balanced is here for all of us. Because it's even number, it's even. So whatever you put forth, you shall receive by his will. Matter of fact, it's already here. The blessings and the benefits and the gifts is already here because it's an even number. It's balanced. So the members that's in gang culture, what I need for your guys to do is start to elevate your mind, body, and soul with technology and digital world so that you can take your set and anybody that's around you to another plateau. Instead of trapping for sneakers and wares and Don Julio on these corners where we dwell at, where it's taking countless of us down a dark, dark path of murder, death, kill, organ donor, and everything else. I need for you to elevate and to evolve into something that is different. That is something that is what? That is beneficial to the whole entire universe. Yes, I need for your guys to do that. And I challenge all of y'all, gang culture. If I challenge all of y'all and each individual in your sets to see whose set is better at building technology, who set is building buildings, construction, demolition, reading blueprints. That is a challenge for you. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, what? Getting at and building each set, which is really, really important. So this is what? 2026, an even year. This is an even year. This is the year of the fist. The year of the fist. So pay homage. Pay homage to the fist. You understand what I'm saying? So I challenge you guys. Each member should learn technology. Each member should learn chemistry. Each member should learn scientists. Each member should learn what archaeologists. Each member should learn how to be a doctor and everything else so they can help your set out and your culture out and your tribe and your civilization. Let's turn the narrative around. Let's turn it around. You could turn it around because you're still out here in society. Even if you in there, even if you are in these places, turn it around. It takes one person to have this mind, body, and soul. Do you understand what I'm saying? Take your set that is looked at as trash and garbage, as murderers and killers and everything else. Take your set around and procreate and make your set the best set that the world has to offer. And what is that? That was through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with special abilities, special gifts that can help your community and your society. No longer will we be stigma as jailbirds, killers, and murderers, and crack sellers, and everything else. You understand what I'm saying? This is the year for you. This is the year for you, gang culture, to uplift and change your ways of action, have motion and movement with technology in the digital world. Not to shoot and kill each other, but to what? To provide information that's going to get your culture, your community to the next thing in life. That's right. That's right. So it's up to you. So this is part one. This is part one. So if you want to look at what I just read, you can get yourself the Quran right here. I recommend that you get yourself the Quran right here. And I urge you, if somebody want to get down, you got to finish school. You got to have college degrees. Because my set is the best set. Meaning my set, we procreate technology. We procreate new dances. We procreate new designing clothes. We procreate new haircuts. We procreate new everything. That's how you get down. Not by shooting and killing one another. You understand what I'm saying? Change the narrative. Change the narrative. It's an actually true fact. This is coming from a spiritual brother. That's right. I'm only the interpreter. I'm only the interpreter. The Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing, will not change the condition of a people unless they change what's inside of themselves. And what do they change? Your mind, body, and soul, and your spirit. And place it with scriptures, and place it with togetherness, and place it with technology in the digital world to get your set to the next best thing in existence that the world has to see. And that's right. And that's your set. And that's your culture. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace.